So, Darci's Corner. It's Saturday, December 31st, 2022. So it's New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve, all. And my dog is about to disrupt this video. Bringing in the new year with a bang. Anyway, so this is Darci's Corner. And I've been going through a lot of personal growth lately and having lots of introspection and time to think about things and really embracing my new life and my new situations. And Khaleesi has been really bored because it's been really cold out this last couple weeks, so I haven't taken her to the dog park in a long while. And because I don't take her outside when it's minus 30 or minus 20, even minus 15 is a bit much for me. Minus 5, we'll go. Minus 15, which is what it was today, we're not going anywhere. Anyway, I have some very good friends, and I have some very good emotional supports, which is good because when you're going through things like I'm going through, you need those things. My work is finally stabilized. Before they were threatening to fire me like almost daily, and then I got that straightened out with some HR people, and then that very same week I made another mistake that was unforgivable, and they were going to fire me that week too. But then they forgave the mistake and moved on. So currently I have stable employment. I have a roof over my head that I can afford. I have a beautiful dog who is still destroying my shoes and furniture and the things that dogs do. But she is so very lovable, and it's hard to stay mad at her for long. Even now, as I'm trying to record this, she's driving me a little bit crazy. But I don't want to get mad at her because she just wants attention, and that's kind of why I got a dog, was I wanted somebody who wanted my attention in a positive way. And she does. Anyway, just want to comment on a few things that have become relevant to me recently. And I mean, it's not even that recent. It's always been true. I've always been gender fluid, which means that my masculinity and my femininity come and go. Sometimes one trait takes over more than the other. And the feminine in me is very timid. She's very unsure of herself, and she wants people to like her and not be afraid of her. The masculine me, on the other hand, is very confident in themselves. But the way I frame it now in my mind, and the way I realize it's kind of always been this way, is the masculine me was just I had to put that out there. I had to hide behind him all the time because it wasn't safe for me to be out and be free. But that masculine part of me, though, is still part of me, and I don't dislike him. I actually think he's a pretty nice guy. But he's also a jerk when he needs to be. And maybe sometimes when he doesn't need to be. But he's my jerk. And he's on my side. And sometimes when I feel intimidated or backed into a corner or unsafe, he comes back out and he makes things better. He gets things done. He makes sure that I'm going to be safe. Now, he can be charming and funny, but he can also be very abrupt, and you will know in a hurry if you were on his wrong side. And that's not a side of myself I like to let out too much, because almost always when I'm angry or when I'm letting that part out, I'm wrong. Like I misunderstood a situation, or I'm maybe overreacting. And I want to be careful that I don't make mountains out of molehills and I don't blow up my life continuously over stupid little things. Nonetheless, um, he's there. He's my protector, and I use him as such. I need him for that. She's about to wiggle her butt because she's really enjoying this scratching, and it's going to bump the table that this camera's sitting on. Anyway, but no, he's my protector. And recently I felt attacked. I felt intimidated. I felt like I didn't feel safe as me, expressing me. I was invited on a date of sorts to a city nearby, and it's 45 minutes away. But I've been trying to meet this person since May, and we would exchange texts and emails and stuff. And they kept complimenting me, and so I was under the impression that they were into me, and that was fine. And they said, "Well, I'm nearby. I'm in the city here. I can visit with you. Let's just go visit." And so I said, "Great, let's do that." So I drove 45 minutes in the snow and the cold and whatever, but it was fine. I'm in a vehicle. Um, Still, I didn't have winter tires. I have all seasons, and it wasn't my other vehicles currently in the shop. Trying to get a coherent thought when the dog's running all over you is difficult. Anyway, so I went to go see this person, and I drove out to go see him. I met them at the mall. It's a rather large mall, and but when I got there, they weren't really that interested to see me. They're like, "Well, yeah, we'll just go walk around and we'll go play mini golf or we'll go on the rides or something." And so we went to the mini golf thing, but they didn't really want a mini golf, and I didn't really want a mini golf either. And they brought a friend with them, which was fine. But I didn't know what that meant when they said they were bringing a friend. And every time I tried to talk to them or get close to them, they would talk really, really quiet and away from me. I had to use my hey voice on Khaleesi. That's the one where she's in a little bit of trouble. It does subdue her a little bit. Anyway, so they were talking really, really quiet and away from me, and then they had their friend with them, which was fine. And I ended up spending more time with their friend than I did with them, which also was okay, but I wasn't there to see their friend, so that seemed rude to me to give more attention to their friend than to them. And then eventually they just ditched me at a coffee shop, and I'll be back in a minute, and they never came back. But they left me there with their friend, which was awkward for them. And me and their friend had some pretty intimate conversations, which was good. But anyway, it was just it wasn't really a good date. And so I'm like, well, I guess I'll just go then. So then I drove home, but like driving home, I almost got killed, like because the roads were bad and I couldn't see where I was going, and I ended up making a wrong turn, and it was just not very fun. So then I get back to the town I'm in. I go to my local hangout bar, and I was trying to talk to the bartender. Her and I are very good friends, and just like, I don't know, just deal with life. And then my other friend starts harping on me that I'd done inappropriate things with them without their consent. And that's just like, that triggers me major, because I've been accused of inappropriate things before, like my workplace and things, and violating people's consent and stuff, and like innocent actions like showing somebody a picture of a person sitting in a chair. That apparently, according to my former workplace, was me perpetuating child pornography. That was how they portrayed that to me. Like, so that's very triggering for me when someone accuses me of violating consent, because consent for me is huge. And not only consent, but I want the people around me to want to be around me. So I want desire. I want them to enjoy my company. which clearly the people that I went to go visit didn't really. And the person that I had been hanging out with before, I guess, didn't anymore, or was offended by my presence or my actions. And that was just really hard on me mentally, on them and me. And I'm very fortunate to have my bartender friend, because she kind of like helped snap me out of it a bit. And but what she also did when she was helping to snap me out of it was she triggered this whole sequence of events, triggered my masculine me to come back. And he's very confident in himself. He's actually not bad looking. He's the masculine version of what I wish the feminine me was. I wish I felt confident in my looks as a woman. I wish I felt confident in my personality as a woman, and my people enjoying themselves around me and enjoying me in their presence. I wish I felt confident in that, and I don't. And it's really hard on me to try to find my tribe, as it were, the people that I want to be around, who want me to be around them. As Darci, as the real me. As the old me, I could find my people relatively easily. But I had 39 years experience being that person. I don't even have quite 4 years yet experience being the person I am now, so the confidence level isn't there yet. But I'm working on it. But whenever I feel that my safe space is no longer safe, and my home is my safe space. My local bar that I hang out at now, that's another one of my safe spaces. Even though it's not technically mine, I've kind of like claimed it as mine. I know that when I go there, people will be kind to me, and I don't really have to worry about anything bad happening to me there. If stuff goes wrong and I'm there, I know that there will be people there on my side who will defend me. They'll say, well, Darci was doing this and she was fine, and then this happened. Assuming that I was doing things correctly. And I try really hard to be correct around people, around the public. I don't want to scare people or hurt people or ever try to coerce anybody or make somebody do something that they don't want to do. I very much want to get along with the people in my surroundings. Anyway, the point is that the masculine me is still there, and he still protects me whenever I feel I need to be protected. And I don't have any problem at all bringing him back whenever he's needed. He's not a fighter, but he is big, and he is strong. And I let him take the hits. And take out the garbage. That's his other job. Anyway, Darci's Corner, bringing in the new year as me, living my best version of my life. Peace.